All right, 1 minute. No, there's no room for me. $30 left. $15. Well, Luann, the first firefighter that has gone down the storm drain, that happened just within the past couple of minutes right before we left for break. You see them all right there huddled around the storm drain. The Manatee is still down there. They did lower a piece of equipment perhaps to cover the edges of the storm drain as they bring that Manatee up. FWC Manatee Rescue is here. Brevard County Fire Rescue search and rescue teams are here. This has been quite the undertaking, figuring out how it is that they are going to get an adult manatee out of a tight storm drain right here in Melbourne Beach. The latest that we have from FWC is that they don't have the overall health status of that manatee, but they say that the animal appears to be active as well as not have any obvious signs of cold stress. Firefighters, they've been working to get this manatee out. You'll see all of the equipment that they have here as well, a system of pulleys. There's one of them that is right now down there. We don't know exactly how far down that manatee is, but it doesn't seem to be much more than 15 feet based on the call-outs from firefighters as they call down this drain. They don't seem to be screaming or yelling, just simple calls to their colleague that is right now at the bottom. But this has been for hours a neighborhood spectacle in the middle of Melbourne Beach. We're at Oak Street and Cherry Drive. You have dozens of neighbors, lots of children here watching and waiting to see this come to a hopeful and safe resolution, safe for the manatee, but also safe for the firefighter and the team of first responders that are trying as hard as they can, as best they can, to get this manatee out safely. But for now, live in Melbourne Beach, Manny Martinez, Fox 35 News. Clear.
All right. Are you able to turn a little bit, Penny? Turn to your move. Turn to your left.
Yeah, that's fine.
Other way.
There's a lot of people out here, but no officials. It's officials outside, but
All right. You ready now? We're coming up.
We're coming up now.
All right. Go.
Quick live tease.
Yeah. It'll just be recorded. Plus the race to save a Manatee, probably shining.
Here, let me stop the live view really quick.
I gotta go look in here.
Yeah, it's like on the left side and that hopefully like where you sit, but like the left side. It's in you'll see it.
Okay, you trust me behind me. I mean,
Right around that big top. We're about to start this. If you guys want to back up. We'll see how the dust
Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They're gonna cut the road. So I don't know if you'll be able to hear me. Okay, they're gonna cut the road, so I'm gonna have to. It is getting really loud in a moment when they start cutting the road. Okay, all right, sounds good. Okay. Would you be willing to do an interview on TV live? All right. What's your name? James? Manny, nice to meet you. How long have you been out here?
I've lived here for 10 years in this neighborhood.
And you've never seen this?
Never.
How long have you been watching?
Watching? Maybe 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I left like an hour and a half, 2 hours ago and saw it.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're about 45 seconds away. So we'll start there and then we'll come this way. Can you do that? Or on James? Or is it easier just 15 seconds? All right, so I'll stand in front this time. I'll stand in front. James, I'll introduce you.
Okay.
And then it's just the two of us having a conversation. The camera's not even here. Stand by. They are, Luann, they told us that it was going to get loud and really dusty here in a moment, and here you see why. They have diagrammed a section of Riverview Lane that they are going to chop up to try and get this poor manatee that's been stuck in there for hours now out of the bottom of this storm drain. I don't know if maybe on the camera if you can make out some of the outline that I can see. I think you can. You can see the track that they are cutting on, and it appears to be a lot bigger than what they would need to just to give themselves some extra room to get this manatee out. So when we last saw you about 15 minutes ago, there was a firefighter down there at the bottom. He is okay. He is now out, and you'll see that it looks like they're dimming some of the lights. But he's now out of the bottom, and they've moved the pulley system away from where it is that they had it going and connected into the storm drain. But I've told you for the last hour plus that this has become a neighborhood spectacle, and one of the neighbors here, James, who's lived here for the better part of the last 10 years, you have never seen anything like this, you were saying.
Not in my entire life, no.
So when you see the effort that there is in getting this poor manatee out of the storm drain, what goes through your mind?
I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing the community's coming together to do something like this, because we all love the wildlife here.
And there's just such a large response from first responders, but also the community. There's dozens of you out here. You've been kind of documenting some of it, taking pictures and video of what's happening. What's your takeaway? What's your takeaway of just this entire night?
It's been a crazy night. Again, like I said before, I've never seen anything like it, and it just blows my mind. It blows my mind.
All right, James, and we're all hoping for a safe resolution to this. I can't quite hear you guys, but we'll show you again what it is that they're cutting up, and it's a big section of Riverview Lane and the crosswalk in this area. And the manatee is still down there, and we'll be out here when they bring it out. John, Luann? No, we haven't had any officials from either the town of Melbourne Beach or the Brevard County Fire Department speak with any of the reporters here that are watching this. We do know that the town put out a statement on social media, but it more or less says that they know and are aware of what it is that's happening out here. But it is something also, too, to keep in mind, costly, and also a not an easy fix to cut up a street, and perhaps they can get this work done if they start on it immediately overnight and get it patched up so that there's no sign that this ever happened here even tomorrow. But in speaking with neighbors, they describe that the system of storm drains leads to a canal, which is about, I don't know, a block and a half behind the neighborhood from where we are currently standing. So they wonder how it is that it got stuck here, but also so deep, because the water level they've been saying was not all that high to get this far, a block, maybe almost two, into this drain to get stuck. And the latest that we have from FWC is that the adult manatee is alive, but they don't know its exact health and health status at this point. We do know that when the firefighter went down there, they had some sort of cylinder that they brought down, and that has stayed down. That did not come back up as they turned the lights back on. That did not come back up with the firefighter, so that is still down there with the manatee. My best estimate or guess as to what that was for was to protect the manatee as they're doing this, cutting up the road to try and get into the pipes that way to get it out. You're very welcome.
I'm Terry Cronin. I'm the Vice Mayor of Melbourne Beach.
And can you spell your name?
Terrycronin.
And can you tell us when did this start?
When did this start?
What time?
So we're in the process of improving our stormwater throughout Melbourne Beach, and our people were doing a survey, and one of the surveyors noticed a manatee in what is called a baffle box, trapped in there. And the thought is that the manatee was seeking warmer water during that cold snap and went up the pipe from the Indian River and got stuck. And so if we weren't doing the stormwater survey, we would never have known that the animal was in there. You know, so it's very serendipitous.
Yeah. Any idea how long it had been down there?
Well, nobody knows for sure, but I suspect it might have been when we had the cold snap.
Wow.
So
a week?
It's been a while, right?
And still alive?
Definitely still alive. Yeah. And I hope that everyone is thinking good thoughts and prayers for this animal, because so many people have gotten together to help the county. I can't give enough credit to our county commissioner, Kim Atkinson, and getting the county motivated to come out and help. Florida Wildlife has been out here, even SeaWorld, veterinarians, all, the fire department, everyone has come out to help. And I just hope and pray that they're able to rescue this animal. And I understand if she is not well, they will take her to SeaWorld for rehabilitation. So we have veterinarians on site that are going to examine her when they get her out.
What's a baffle box?
So a baffle box is a place where the water goes and collects all the debris that comes when we have stormwater runoff, and it collects it and reasserts so it doesn't all pump into the Indian River.
Well, that was some runoff you found, huh?
Yeah. Well, we didn't. I don't think anyone expected to find a manatee in there.
Got it.
There's a cost to all of this, but any idea how much to tear up the road and get it out? One you're willing to pay?
I think everybody wants to rescue this animal and make sure that everything goes well. It's a great thing that all the town and all the governments have come together to make this happen. I think it's important that we focus on rescuing this animal. I think there's not a person in Florida. I like to say everybody loves manatees in Florida, so we want to rescue this animal.
And the importance is because they're endangered, correct?
Well, they're endangered, and I think every kid in Florida grows up loving manatees, sea turtles, and dolphins. So we got to save the manatees.
And one of the town commissioners had said you guys had an emergency meeting to approve funding if there was road damage.
We did, and we approved it.
And any idea what the plan is? Hopefully, rescue goes off without a hitch for people being able to get in and out of here. Are you going to be able to put something over the road, or?
Well, the plan is to repair the road. Thankfully, there's more than one way to get into these neighborhoods, so we will reroute traffic during this event for sure, and then afterwards we plan to repair it.
So what was the number on that was approved?
I'm sorry. I think we really need to save these animals, and I think everyone is focused on saving manatee. And how much it costs, I'm not exactly sure right off the top of my head. We don't know for certain, but we've got all hands on deck, and we're very thankful for all the agencies for helping where they can.
Yeah, it's a teamwork story.
It's definitely a lot of teamwork.
How do you prepare for this? Ever had to do something like this before?
Well, I think I would give a shout out to our new town manager in Melbourne Beach. She definitely organized everyone, got everyone together in a very quick way so that we could get this accomplished. Now, again, I'm optimistic, but we don't know what's going to happen. This is a very dangerous procedure. So I hope and I pray, I hope everybody who's watching at home is thinking about good thoughts about this manatee and that the rescue goes ahead.
Well said.
Great,
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you repay the favor?
worst nightmare. I just want to say, first of all, thank you so much for all of the prayers and the love that we have felt, my sister and brother and I, and that our mom has felt.
Okay, we're a bit low. Lexi's gonna bump it up. Okay, that's good. Cronin or Cronin?
Cronin.
Cronin. Okay, all right. And Vice Mayor. The last time I was in Melbourne Beach was the speed bumps.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Manny,
Well,
don't get like, unless you want to, if you can scooch over a little bit more, and then you can stand here so I can get a nice shot.
Okay, and then when I interview him, I'll probably have to stand over there too, no?
Yeah.
Or is it going to be like this? I mean, logistically, I'm going to be standing right in the middle.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. That's live TV, isn't it?
it's all good. Hopefully this is going to be a better story than the speed bumps.
That one was 45 seconds. Yeah, that was the last time. That was probably 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah, I wasn't in office during that.
15 seconds until the open, Lexi. When you step out to show, I'm probably going to step out that way. Is that fine? And stand by. Well, Marlisa, we learned some new details since I last saw you all in the 6 o'clock hour, and that is that the manatee is believed to have been stuck in that storm drain now for the better part of more than a week since the cold snap. I'll step out of the way and we'll give you a live look of what we are seeing here in Melbourne Beach. You'll see there's a big piece of equipment, an excavator to dig up the street here to get to that stranded manatee, and you'll see the pile of asphalt or concrete or whatever street mix it is that they have already dug out. You see that the fire crews are still here working on this. They have been the entire time that we've been here since we got here around 5:30 this afternoon, and so we are just past 8 o'clock, and it looks like they are maybe about 4 or 5 feet from the surface of the street from what I can see in terms of what it is that they have dug out. It is believed perhaps that manatee might be in the double digits of feet down, maybe 10, 12, 15 feet down. But it is a good bit of the road that they have cut up to then go in and get underneath the manatee with a mat that they have brought. The FWC Manatee Rescue Team is here. That mat, if we could pan, Lexi, to show it, is right here on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. There's a good look at that mat. They'll get in, put the manatee on there, and hoist the manatee up and out of this storm drain. The latest that we have from FWC is that it is alive. Got here maybe about 5:30, like I said, and heard a puff or two, because you could hear it. It kind of echoes up and out of the storm drain that they right now have covered, but it was open then. Didn't hear very many other breaths after that, but we do know that it is alive, and unclear, however, its condition. And once they evaluate its medical condition, it could be taken, it will likely be taken over to SeaWorld for rehabilitation. So that is the latest out here in Melbourne Beach. And right now I'll step back in front of the camera because we want to bring in the town's vice mayor, Terry Cronin. Mr. Cronin, thank you for being here with us tonight. This is something that has the attention of the entire town and people in Brevard County, just because manatees are so important to our wildlife here. Everybody loves manatees. You want to see a hopeful and happy resolution to this.
Well, we're all very hopeful. Keep this manatee in your prayers and your thoughts, because everybody in Florida grows up loving manatees. We want to rescue this creature and make sure that it gets out of here safely. We think it went up the storm drain looking for warmer water during that cold snap, and so we know it's alive. We know that if it needs help, if we can get it out safely, they'll take it to SeaWorld. If not, we'll release it. But this is the touchy part right now, as we're excavating what is called a baffle box. It's trapped in a baffle box in our stormwater drainage system. And this is the tricky part. So I think, any positive thoughts your viewers have, they should hope and pray for this manatee. It's lifting off now. So what they want to do is they lift the top off this baffle box, and then we'll be able to access this room in there, and then all these rescue workers will go in and save the manatee.
One thing that we learned in speaking with you about an hour ago is that surveyors found the manatee. They were out here doing other work. It was serendipitous.
Very serendipitous. So we in Melbourne Beach are redoing our stormwater drainage systems, and we had some surveyors out looking at our baffle boxes and our drainage, and they just happened upon this trapped manatee. So if they hadn't been doing that work, this manatee would have probably not, well, we're hoping it's going to make it. I don't want to be overly optimistic, but this is the moment of truth here where they're going to lift the top off. So it's exciting. Hopefully they're going to be able to do this. It's very touchy work. I did want to thank everybody in our community who's helped. You know, the county has been very, very helpful. Our town fire department, our police, our public works, our county works, our county commissioners, everyone has come out, our town commission, everyone has come out to help, and it's moving right now. Oh my gosh, this is lifting off. This is the moment of truth. This is where, oh my gosh, this is great. It's not breaking. It's going to give us access to the poor manatee. Oh my gosh, this is it. It's working. It's lifting off. Oh, this is the moment we've been waiting for, and it was very important that this concrete top of the baffle box did not collapse, and it did not. So this is excellent. This is excellent. So we're right at the moment. They're going to be able to get in there and rescue this animal.
Are the rescue workers that are right now, are they able to see the manatee?
Everyone can see the manatee at this point. They can all see the manatee. You know, we've got county workers out here, we've got state workers, we've got federal workers out here, federal wildlife, Florida wildlife, everybody's out here. We've got veterinarians on the scene. We've got so many people helping this manatee. So I think everyone's positive thoughts are working, so keep them going.
Are we able to move just a tad closer just to get a little bit of a better look? Because Brevard County firefighters are right now getting into the baffle boxes. We'll go as far as the vice mayor will allow us. So gracious in granting us a live interview. And he just took a look and you saw 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up, and that's a sigh of relief for you. I see it on your face.
Whew, that's the moment of truth. That's what's going to make the difference. All these workers deserve a lot of applause, because this was a touch and go kind of situation, and they really made it happen in a very, very short period of time. And to see so many people working so cohesively, this is what teamwork's about, people. You know,
we had it live on our air maybe about 6:30 is when the firefighter first went down there. And then they brought him out maybe a few minutes later, and then within the next 10-15 minutes is when they started cutting up that road. So we're at a little more than an hour. So it is very quick work indeed. And you see all of the first responders that are here to help out this poor manatee that has been stuck here for what we believe is almost a week and a half at this point since the cold snap.
We can't know that for certain. But again, it's serendipitous that the manatee was found, and it's just a testament to, you know, good old American ingenuity, getting in there and getting it out, you know.
So
now,
what comes next?
The next step is this. They're going to be getting this sling ready, and we're going to have to get that sling around there, and they're going to have to lift it out. So
that's behind the camera from the vantage point that we have, and they were just out here with a measuring tape to measure this mat and then compare it with the measurement of the manatee inside that storm drain. So
they're going to have to get that sling down there, get it around the animal, and then they're going to have to hoist. They're going to bring in a hoist. You see this big tow truck. They're going to have to hoist it out, and then the veterinarians with Florida Wildlife will examine the manatee to see if it's healthy enough to be released. I think all of us are suspecting that it's going to need to go for rehabilitation at SeaWorld.
You know, and just how big of an undertaking this is, that tow truck that has been brought here to lift this manatee, that normally handles big rigs and 18-wheelers. So that tells you just how big of a project this is.
Yeah, you're not kidding. I mean, it's again a testament to everyone helping out, and all the county workers, all the town workers, all the state workers, even federal agents are here to help the manatee. So it's amazing. It's an amazing community coming together. A lot of goodwill, and I'm so excited that we were able to lift that off without harming the creature. So next steps is I think going to be the proof of the pudding. Can we get it out of there, and can we get it safely out of there?
That piece of equipment that they just brought out, that's also what the firefighter took in about an hour and a half ago.
So
what is that?
That was to protect the manatee. If any, like I said, if they lifted that concrete lid off it, if it collapsed at all or broke up and hit the manatee, it might harm the manatee. So that was put in there as a safety barrier, but it didn't matter because they did not break the lid. The lid did not collapse, so they were able to get that out without any damage.
Wonderful.
So that was just put in there as a safety precaution.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And you see the 2 ladders that the firefighters have.
We're going to be bringing this truck in
they're going to be telling us to move.
Yeah.
So,
All right, thank you guys
this has
so much.
been fantastic.
Yeah.
This
Thank
is
you.
one step closer to getting this manatee out.
Keep
Vice
this
Mayor,
manatee in your prayers.
we thank you very much. They are moving us back beyond the tape. It was the Vice Mayor who graciously allowed us to get in close while we were doing an interview. Getting a look at it, and they'll probably want us to move further back, so I'll finish up here just within the next 30 seconds or so. But you heard it from the Vice Mayor that piece of equipment they had on top of the manatee just to protect it when they were cutting up that road. That's something that I suspected a little over an hour ago. And so they're going to get underneath this manatee, put it on a mat, hoist it up, and then get it the help that it needs. But you saw the double thumbs up from the Vice Mayor. Good news is it is alive. Then hopefully the next good news that we have is that it will be rehabilitated back to full health. But for now, we'll send it back to you live, Marlisa. They're moving us out. Okay, we're going to need a little bit of time here to get set back up in our previous spot. So if you could do weather before that, that would be good, just to be sure. But we're walking over there now. They want to blow out the whole show essentially for this. Just stay on this. I know, right?
Can you go get my lunchbox from the truck? Really? No? You want to miss it? Down when it gets exciting, I promise. I just can't leave that alone.
Can you see it? I can't see it.
No, I even got on this rock and used my phone to see if I could see it, and I think he's pretty deep in there. Well, also I'm pretty sure somebody went down on the ladder down there, and I couldn't even.
Oh
see
yeah,
it.
the two ladders are gone.
I couldn't even see the person that went down, unless they already came back out. But
No, the ladders are.
and I couldn't even see the person from like up top. So I think it's pretty deep.
So live views at 29%.
Okay, all right. I'll let them know. So probably another hour. But the lower it gets, the faster it drains. So maybe at most.
This is a big deal.
Hey, keep TJ short. It might be, but they're gonna put that mat down here. Okay, maybe. I don't know. I'm watching. Once they lift this mat up to go put it in, I'll. Okay, yeah, please. Minute and a half at most. Okay, then we should be fine.
You got the mayor, I see.
I'm sorry?
You got the mayor.
Yeah, the vice mayor, yeah.
Vice mayor. Have you? You're not live.
We're about to be.
Okay, well, I'll tell you later.
All right, 40 seconds. 40 seconds, Lexi. All right, stand by, Lexi. Marlisa, they found out because they were out here this afternoon doing survey work for some flood relief for this neighborhood, which neighbors tell us has trouble with water draining out of it during big rainstorms. And they chanced on a manatee down in the storm drains. I'm watching right now because you'll see that they have that blue mat that they are going to use to put underneath this manatee, and they have been working to get the straps, if you will, through all of the sides to then hook those up to the mechanism that is going to lift this manatee up there. But you saw it live here at the top of our show where the vice mayor got in closer than what we could get. He was very gracious to even give us a view on the inside of this tape, but he got a look at the manatee, which right now the first responders can see. They can see the manatee from where they are. We cannot see it from where we are, and he gave us the double thumbs up that it was indeed okay. You'll see a couple of the firefighters, it looks like they are strapped as well. Maybe they will be going in as well. I think there are one or two firefighters that were down there with the manatee that you saw with the big tall ladders that they used to get down into what the vice mayor called baffle boxes down here in this storm drain. And they are on their knees waiting on instruction on how it is best to safely get this manatee out of there. But we do know that this tow truck that is right now backing in, if we can zoom out just a little bit, that's a heavy-duty tow truck. You'll see that on the side of the highway. That'll be towing big rigs, 18-wheelers that are stalled out. This is heavy-duty, so that's the kind of equipment that they need to get this manatee out of here, Marlisa, out of here safely. Yes. So it's a part of this storm drain where they dug up maybe 3-4 feet worth of concrete from this large area that was a crosswalk here on this street. And so underneath there, or on top of it, I should say, the concern was there was this cover, essentially, that they had to move in one piece so as to not hurt the manatee that was underneath by any type of falling concrete, because that's heavy and that manatee is likely debilitated. It's believed to have been in there
Go back down when it happens.
for about a minute or so, or a week or so, I should say. And so once they got rid of that top in one piece, that is what was the big concern. That was the first step in making sure that things went smoothly out here to check up on this manatee and its condition. But I'm looking online because this is not something that, quite frankly, I'm familiar with as to what a baffle box with. But from a picture of a baffle box example that I was able to find online, it is an area that is separated by two concrete panels here within a storm drain. So water will flow through this drain, and let's say maybe between 10, 15 feet or so between these manhole covers, there are these concrete panels. I think the best way that I can describe this is compartment doors on a cruise liner. So the baffle box, I'm told, is what catches debris from the storm drain and the drainage line. Well, you saw the relief on his face. It was palpable. Just a big sigh of relief that this manatee is still alive, is still out here. And I think that you see that in the crowd that has built up here over the past several hours. These are neighbors that have not gone home for several hours. In fact, the crowd has been building overnight. People have also been watching our coverage on TV, telling us that, they went home to have dinner and then turned the TV on to stay updated with the latest. And then I saw them right back out here after dinner. So they are invested into this as well because, it's their neighborhood and it's the wildlife. And manatees are protected species. There is definitely an emphasis on keeping them safe and making sure that they are a part of our natural wildlife. So, yeah, I would say that the mood, Marlisa, has turned, a little more jovial from the concern, but that's not to say that the concern has gone away because there is still a tricky process that needs to be done, which is getting this manatee up and out of this storm drain. And so that is the next step, Marlisa. Okay. Lexi, you can move closer. I won't be in front of the camera. Yeah. Because they're getting that mat in there now. Okay. No clue. It's soon though. Hey, Sally. So when's my next live hit where I'm speaking? Okay, because they might be getting this thing out here relatively soon. Okay. I'll let you know.
I think that truck's got to come over for everything. That's 22.
Couldn't remember where I saw that firefighter. It was the crane collapse. That's where I saw him. I said, I've seen that guy before. They're going to take a bump soon. This is an all right spot, but technically, if they're going to take the thing that way,
What does that say? It should say how much minutes left.
37%, 57 minutes. 30 seconds away, less than. Stand by. Okay. Okay, and how long for this one? Okay. It's a tow job like no other for these guys. How many times in your life are you going to tow a manatee?
I know, right? You got an awesome assignment tonight.
Just stand and speak. Two minutes. It's going to come down to the wire on the battery, isn't it? I mean, we've been going since 5:30 continuously.
They're not gonna see this. I don't know why they didn't let me charge it up for 20 minutes when I asked, but they're gonna miss the best part. Camera's fine. My battery's charged.
What's the live view at?
At 20? No, it's yeah, 20%.
Okay.
They're either just gonna get it or it's just gonna die right before they get it.
Yeah.
Because the thing with these live views and cameras, they'll like shut off lights at 10% because it's like
Oh, really? To save the system?
Yeah, like this camera will start blinking and yelling at you that it's like at 10%. Like go get a new battery.
Oh, Lord, have mercy, Lord. 1 minute. All right, well, the truck is backing in, so hopefully it's within the next 10 minutes. Is that drilling work? Where do you hear that?
It's just the crane.
Okay.
You stand right here.
Okay. Yeah, but then I can't see what you're showing. 15 seconds. Stand by. Well, Marlisa, they out of frame, and there's a tree blocking it in the way, but they just backed up the manatee rescue truck, the FWC's truck, that they will load this manatee into once it gets out. And then on the bottom or left side of the screen there, you'll see the tow truck operators. This is unlike any other tow job that they have done in their lives, probably. And happening to the right of that is the main focus of the night, is where the manatee is you see everybody in there watching carefully what is happening. The blue mat that they use to get underneath that manatee is down there, and it seems as though they've gotten it beneath the manatee. They had the yellow straps to connect to the tow truck and its lever and pulley system. But I don't see any tension in those straps to indicate that they're getting ready to hook it up to the tow truck. But these are the careful moments of this manatee rescue. You heard the Vice Mayor live earlier in our show that the toughest part of the job was getting the concrete cover of the compartment in this storm drain where this manatee is stuck, getting that cover off the top of that compartment without it breaking or fracturing in any way, and that is heavy concrete that would ultimately hurt this already debilitated and probably weak at this point manatee, because it is from our understanding that it has been down here in the storm drains for more than a week at this point, since the cold snap of a week ago from Sunday, when it was down below freezing at this point. So neighbors here tell us that from the intersection that we're at, which is Oak Street and Riverview Lane, it's about a block and a half worth of drain to get to a series of canals here in Melbourne Beach. So that tells you the kind of distance that this manatee would have gone through, traversed inside this very dark storm drain to end up where it is stuck. And it is a bit of serendipity that we are even at this point, that this manatee is being rescued, because crews were out here earlier this afternoon. They were surveying this area for flood relief that the town is now working on, because neighbors tell us that this area has an issue with flooding. And they were the ones that found a manatee down stuck in the storm drain, and that has led to Brevard County firefighters, the FWC, these tow truck operators, town leadership all out here, as well as an entire community, an entire neighborhood. We are on one side of the street with a pretty decent view, but there are other people lined up looking at them. They are standing elevated to get a good look at the scene, standing on, looks like along fence lines, just to get a good look at what is happening. And then there are some people that you see them, we're showing them to you right now. They're on the other side of the street, just trying to catch a glimpse of what it is that we have been looking at for the past several hours. So again, Marlisa, the latest update that we have from FWC and the Vice Mayor is that that manatee is alive. They say that it is a girl, and that she may need to go to SeaWorld for rehabilitation once they check her out, but they say that they probably will be sending her to SeaWorld for rehab, just because it's been more than a week that she has been down here in this storm drain. Marlisa? Yeah. Of course. Thank you. How long is a little bit? Okay. They're coming back at the 45, so I don't have time. Oh, they're going in anyway. Maybe not yet. Once they get this lower in there and strapped, yes. Which maybe you may have to dump out of this story. Maybe. They're getting it strapped here in a moment. 30%, 45 minutes. It's going to be close. Okay. Looks like they're strapping it. Looks like they're strapping the mat. Yes, I will say. Yes, I will say. And you might need to stay. I don't know if you can go to break now. Oh, right now they're looking at the power lines. Oh, that could be... Okay. Can you see the power line if you pan up? Yeah, you can kind of see it. Okay, yeah, and then I'll talk. Yeah, that's fine. About 30 seconds left in this package. right, stand by. Yep. All right, stand by. Yeah, Marlisa, they are moving the arm in of the tow truck to then strap it up to the blue mat that is right now underneath the Manatee. The tow truck, the head of the tow truck operation is right now talking with one of the firefighters because they might have just run into something that they had maybe initially not realized, and that is that there are power lines directly above the arm of the tow truck. So they moved it back just a little bit, and they can't really go too high without hitting those power lines. So that may complicate some of this rescue. You'll see some of the first responders are right now looking up at those power lines and assessing this latest part of the puzzle. But it looked like, from what I can see, and it's blocked by the first responders, but it looks like they have, I'm going to crouch down and see, it looks like they have the blue mat strapped right now to, yes, they do. I can see that. It's right now, it's strapped. So they're just about ready to start lifting. Once they figure out what it is that they can do with these power lines above, it seems as though they will start lifting. Marlisa? Yeah. Everybody's getting out of the way, so it seems to be happening soon. Okay. It seems to be happening soon. Everybody's getting out of the way. Once I see some tension here, I'll let you know. Your shot's hot. Okay. Lexi has to go get another battery. We're very low on power, so the camera will not be moving if you come back to me, but I can keep talking. Okay. They're readjusting. The power lines must be in the way. They got to move the truck. I think they're going to move the big fire truck and then park the tow truck where the fire truck is to then move it out that way. Yes, but the camera will not be moving. Again, Lexi's going to go get another battery. Okay. Okay. Vice Mayor, are they moving that fire truck to then move the...
So if you look, the power line is right in the way
Yes.
from the lift. So for safety, they're going to readjust. Everything's going to get readjusted so we can get it at a better angle.
Gotcha.
Right.
Perfect. Thank you. So remember, Marlisa, I told you about the power lines that are right above where they are trying to rescue this manatee. They ultimately determine, and you're seeing it now, that tow truck is going to be moving. The fire truck that you see on the right side of your screen, they're probably going to have to maybe move that out of the way in a little bit just to get the tow truck on the other side to get a better angle for the tow truck's arm so that when it goes up, it does not hit that power line. So that will change the timing of this rescue for sure. It seemed as though it was imminent, and you'll see that the blue mat, or you can't see it, but I can see that the firefighters are still down there and the first responders are still down there with the manatee, taking care of it and tending to it as they work to readjust their rescue. But again, this manatee's been down there for probably more than a week at this point, officials suspect, given the cold snap of a week ago from Sunday. So they're trying as best they can, as quickly as they can, to get this out, but they also want to make sure that it's safe for the manatees, safe for the first responders, safe for the tow truck operators, that they don't run into any sort of trouble, because that would just be adding insult to injury to this poor manatee, whose health condition we don't yet know, but we do know, at least at the moment, that it is alive, and should it need rehabilitation, Marlisa, they'll likely send it over to SeaWorld to get the help that it needs.
Are you live right now?
The shot still needs to be they're in break right now, so if you want to change the battery, go ahead.
We're changing camera.
A third, maybe 40%.
Okay. They might need us to move our car. Oh no, it's far enough. It should be fine.
Where did y'all park? We parked pretty close.
We're right at that corner in the grass.
I think me too. Hey, neither of us do.
That's right. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I just asked Zach if we were staying on beyond 9. Because that was going to be our charging time, but classic news, that's going to be when they get this guy out. You'll also need to champion them for a phone kit, so that when this happens, we can just go on our phone and not have bad audio. I do. But the audio is going to be bad. Okay. That's hot, by the way. I don't know how to use the phone thing, so I guess we're going to learn together. Hey, it's coming up. It's coming up. Hey, I think we got some tension. I can see it. I can hear it. Hey, come to us. I think... Marlisa, they've moved the tow truck here, and so it is now in position from the other side to hoist this manatee up and out of this storm drain. It seems as though it is happening here within the next couple of minutes. They just raised that arm of the tow truck just a little bit to give it a little bit more tension. I can't quite see inside the storm drain, but it is slowly coming up. And this is something that they've been working diligently for hours. The crowd is waiting on pins and needles that has grown here for the past several hours along with us. They've been watching with us. The first responders, this has been such hard work for them. Measuring, cutting up this street, and now getting underneath the manatee to hook up the rescue tools. You'll see the firefighters are moving in with some rope. Looks like a belay line, just to help and support the tow truck a little bit. But they're going and raising very, very slowly, and we will see the tension build as the weight of this manatee is lifted up and out of this storm drain. In the background, the manatee rescue truck, we'll stay on this, you'll see it there, is getting into position. They're going to turn it around, have the rear face us, face the camera, to then load that manatee into the back and go and get it some help. But again, the indication that we have is that it is alive. Right now, the tow truck operator is ordering the guy who's controlling the pneumatic arm to move just a foot or so to the right, asking if he's ready. To the first responders to go and get this out. Again, this is, they're probably learning as they go here in this situation as well. I can't imagine that they have much experience, if any, towing an adult manatee out of a storm drain. I'll stay quiet here as we wait on bated breath. I see the shadow starting to come up. I see the ends of the blue mat slowly coming up. The first responders are moving out of the way and moving farther back. You see the blue back there in between the legs. That mat is where they have the manatee. And the reason they're doing this so slowly is because they just want to be careful. This is a manatee that has been down here for at least a week, officials believe. Haven't seen the manatee yet in there. Looks maybe like they have it wrapped up. Yep, I see the bottom of it. So the manatee is in there and it is wrapped up, so we will not be seeing the manatee itself unless we can get a look at it. But we know that he is, or she is, I should say, inside. The bottom of this mat, you'll see it's wet. It was in a storm drain. They're moving it to the right to get a little closer to the truck, and that truck is still right now backing into position, that Manatee rescue truck. So this is something that they want to do here quickly, but also carefully. But this is something that they've been working on for several hours. So this is such a relief for these crews that they've gotten to this point. You saw it live at the top of our show with the vice mayor, the relief that it was to get a concrete slab off the top of the compartment where the Manatee was stuck without it breaking apart, because those are big and heavy pieces that would have no doubt done harm to this Manatee. But from what we are seeing in this bag, you can see that it could not have been very large. This Manatee, I can't say is anything more than, from what it looks like, 10 or 12 feet long at the most. But you can see just how heavy it is. And now the truck has opened up its back. That's where they are going to
Could you guys move?
load up this Manatee that has been down here for several hours, and now we have a clear shot of it. The first responders have moved.